Back on Adapt and Respond with me, RJ Young. If you are new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like this video, and answer the question in the comments below. Do you think Texas Tech is going to get its money's worth on the roughly $25 million it spent on its football roster? You can hear Kate laughing because it's a ridiculous number. It's also a great story by Sam Kahn Jr. in The Athletic. You should go read it. But before we start unpacking this, Bet Online, who has partnered with the show for the start of the college football season, we're very excited about that. They give high payouts. They pay quickly, and they're into a record-breaking wager. So go visit them if you are into placing a friendly wager, like one you might on Texas Tech. They got over-unders there. So the over-under is minus 165 for Texas Tech winning more than 8.5 games, and plus 135 for them to win fewer than 8.5 games. So do you think they're going to win 9 or fewer than 9 or fewer than 8? Yeah, fewer than 9. Fewer than 9, 8.5. So what is it, 8 in the hook? This is fascinating to me for a number of reasons. Number one is Texas Tech hasn't won 9 games in a single season since 2009. So history says they're just an 8-win team when they're good. And they were an 8-win team last year. But because they have spent as much money as they have on players to bring in the talent they need to go win, you might feel this is the time to bet on them winning at a high level, which I think is why you get you got to place 165 to win 100 if they're going for 9 games. But I'm going to go through this real quick, and then I want to throw it to producer Kate because she's been looking at these numbers and has opinions. So we got $55 million that the Red Raider Athletic Department NIL Collective has paid out in player compensation 2025, 2026 through 17 sports. $55 million. $35 million of that was paid out before the House versus NCAA settlement that officially took effect with revenue sharing, where the conferences have to, schools have to take the money they make from the conferences and pay out a sizable chunk of that. At Texas Tech, where you got to pay out about $20.5 million, 15 of that is going to go to the football team, so about 74%. And then 3.5 of that is going to go toward, we think, your basketball team, your men's basketball team, 2% to your women's basketball team, 1.9% to your baseball team, and the rest to Texas Tech's remaining sports. But even that's kind of wonky because Najee Kennedy, who was pitcher last year for Texas Tech's softball team, made the women's college World Series, or I should say the softball college World Series for the first time. They pay her $1 million. So if you're a star, you're getting paid. We really don't care about gender as long as we're winning. And that's always going to be true. Cody Campbell enters this conversation then, Kate. Now, this is the part that I think is going to speak to the college football of it all. Cody Campbell played offensive line at Texas Tech, became a landman, and then built an oil company. He since sold that oil company with his partner for more than $4 billion. And one of the first things he said was Texas Tech football is about to get a lot better. That is how powerful it is for some of us to have a winner on the field. And because people don't look at spending money on player compensation and football as an investment, they think of it as, this is my amusement, this is my entertainment. There's no bottom to this pit. Like, SMU got really good. Imagine being able to forego making $30 million for about 3 years because you just want to take the step up. A lot of people can't do that, but Southern Methodist could because they've got billionaires as boosters who are going to make them whole because they would much rather see Southern Methodist play in the ACC than the American because they know what it could mean for their profile. And it worked. They were very good last year. They made the college football playoff before teams like Wisconsin, USC, other blue bloods. That's the gamble here. It is, if I got the money, why not spend it? So Cody Campbell goes to the athletic department, goes to Joey McGuire, their head coach, says, what do you need? And they went out and bought it. So now that I'm giving this context, like, what are you thinking?
Well, I'm thinking they better win, or they,
yeah.
Somebody's like, give me my $25 million back.
Sorry, no receipt, no refunds. It's just gone now.
No, it's interesting. Like these big public, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna spend. They're gonna get a lot better now. It's like, oh, but if you don't, there's that They should get better. I mean, they've invested and they've recruited players that can, help them, and they should, but it's just like, "Oh my gosh, guys."
It's so much money, and it's
Just
it's so much money for a school like Texas Tech. Texas Tech is on Mars. I knew this because I drove there, and I was scared out of my mind because I'm going, why is everything just desert red? What happens if I catch a flat out here? That sort of stuff. It's way over there, right? You got to want it to get to Lubbock. But once you get there, it's cool. And you know what? They've also spent a lot of money around the program. Like they've got a
Mhm.
$242 million football facility they just opened. They just opened it. They want to win. And one of the ways you win is you have better facilities and better living places and pay
Mhm.
people more. People will come to you to play, is the idea here. But are they Ohio State, who spent, $20 million on their roster last year and won the national championship? No, because Ohio State was already moving in this direction. I talked to Cardell Jones for a piece as he runs one of the NIL collectives at Ohio State, won a national championships quarterback at Ohio State. And he said he talked to an economics professor at Ohio State to ask what the economic impact of an Ohio State home football game was in Columbus and across the state. And they said they did across the state first because they thought it would be more beneficial. It's land grant
Mhm.
university. And he said each Ohio State home game is worth $1 billion in economic impact across the state. And you get at least 6 every year. And if you are good, we're talking about
Mhm.
that $1 billion being the base level. That's how important
Yeah.
football is at that level. So you can understand the investment that they might want to put into it because it expands out. Another example of this would be the ACT score that went up with Nick Saban being head coach at Alabama. When your football team went at a high level, better students, and more importantly, students that can afford to pay,
We'll
will
go
come to
to your
you.
yeah.
Right. So do you need to win? Absolutely, positively. But I don't know. If they won 8 games this year, I don't know that they're going to fire Joey McGuire, their head coach. He's beloved. He's a great coach. I really love him. But it would be clear that they did not get the return on investment that they
Investment that
wanted
they've
because they've been
wanted,
very
yeah.
clear about, we want to win the championship. Like, Kate, last year, the team that was picked to finish dead damn last in the Big 12 won the Big 12 championship.
Yeah.
And it was so embarrassing and so setting back, they think, for the league, that they blamed us, the media, because it was the media poll. And they're going, we don't think that helped us. Wait, you guys sent out a poll, asked us to fill it out. And they said, yeah, we didn't do that this year. So it's our fault that Arizona State turned out to be good at a time when everybody can quite literally change their roster year to year? No, we're not saying it's your fault. We're saying that why would we give ourselves this opportunity to have this bad publicity? Like, well, man, look, news is reporting what other people don't want to hear about, right? Like,
Mhm.
that's part of it. But I think you're on to, you better win. I also think with the revenue sharing, we're going to see more money paid out. But this is getting to the quagmire that is college sports right now, the creation of the College Sports Commission, a real thing that just came online that's probably going to supersede the NCAA because, shocker, Kate, people are cheating.
Oh, what? People would do that? They would cheat? They would lie?
My favorite is coaches can't, they hate tampering and poaching. So
Did I thought that they had put in some sort of like the players can't like I thought that there was something that players can't switch though very frequently and they can't.
so there was this. So 2018, we put in a thing called the transfer portal,
Mhm.
which allowed for players to enter their name into what is a glorified spreadsheet and say, hey, I'm leaving this school and I'm leaving in good standing.
Mm.
If you would like me to come play for your school, reach out. And then that was fine, right? That's worked. That's okay. But you still had to sit out a year if you want to transfer within the division. So
Mhm.
all of the 136 is in the FBS. If you want to transfer to another team in the FBS, you had to sit out. And then we did away with this rule. And it's immediate eligibility, which means that you can transfer every single year if you want to, which has led to an unprecedented turnover
Mhm.
at that level. And people hate it. A, they need me to tell them who's on their football team. But B, they don't think that loyalty means anything. I'm going, hey, man, coaches leave all the time. Coaches get fired all the time. They take better jobs all the time. They're also getting paid. So why are you mad about this? But now that the players are getting paid, they're going, okay, we need to have some sort of collective bargaining agreement that makes it blanket, this is the punishment for transferring within this time frame. And I go, to have a collective bargaining agreement, you need a labor union.
I was going to say you need a union.
Guess what we ain't got? And good luck having a union with any teeth with a labor force that changes literally every 4 years.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm not in favor of a CBA at all, because I don't think, it's basically going to be everybody telling the kids what to do again.
Yeah.
Even as they're getting paid this money. And what's loyalty? Now, the loyalty part of this is, I think, more interesting than anything else. Because unlike, say, the NFL, like I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan because I like to make bad decisions. You go to school at the University of Tulsa. You go to school at the University of Oklahoma. You go to school at Oklahoma State. You wear that for the rest of your life. It becomes a part of you. It is family. It is blood. So when things like, I'm going to pick on University of Tulsa loses its friggin' accreditation trying to devalue my diploma, I catch an attitude, right? Imagine that being your football team, and I do, because Tulsa sucks. God, dog, do we suck. And you know what? Producer Kate pointed this out. Football chops, man. TU beat Notre Dame, and I was like,
I was going to say,
RJ, 2010.
Yeah, when we were going over the coaches thing, I was like, oh, Notre Dame. Hey, RJ, you remember when TU beat Notre Dame?
And it was the year I graduated. Like,
he was talking like this was ancient history from like the before times or whatever. I'm like, RJ,
hey, look,
what are you talking about?
A lot has happened to your man in the last 15 years. However, G.J. Kinney, who's the head coach at Texas State, was quarterback at TU, also ran the ball 20 times in that game. Tommy Rees is quarterback at Notre Dame, who is the Cleveland Browns' offensive coordinator. It's just wild that TU beat Notre Dame 28-27. Now, Notre Dame team was sorry, and a couple years later, we're playing the national championship, but I had totally wiped that out. And I really got to do some investigation here, because apparently I have just been absolutely destroyed by basically the last 8 years of TU football, because
I mean, it's not been great. So,
I guess we could be some other school, but I don't know what other school that might be. I just know that TU's got 4 Pro Football Hall of Famers, which is like 4 more than Clemson. Have 2 first-round draft picks in the last 5 years, and we're getting our behinds handed to us by service academies, which is like, it's like Bixby High School getting beat by an 8-man team. Just, it's not supposed to happen. It's not supposed to happen. And you know what? I was doing so good until that moment, and I think before I absolutely blow the gasket talking about TU football, because I'm here, everybody wants to hear about that. We're gonna wrap up this show. Producer Kate, thank you so much for joining us.
No worries.
Here.
Thanks
fun,
for
man.
having me.
You want to come back?
Sure. I mean, I'd love to come back. Maybe, I can actually have a, what is the right word? Another way of saying maybe college football coaches are catty and they want to, get together and like.
No, I like that one too.
No, I know we're trying to wrap up the show, but I was trying to figure out, how do I say that maybe like the college football coaches get together, like, catty teen girls or something. They're like, we're going to vote for this person's team and blah, blah, blah. It's like, I was trying to figure out
we're going to freeze out those people over there.
Yeah. You know what?
Mean girl them.
Because like I said, I'm not saying that they're all like going to be biased, but it just kind of, it just feels like that. It's like, we're going to get together and we're going to vote on whose team is the prettiest or something. I don't know. Anyway.
I think they're a little too self-serving to do that just yet, but give them time. Give them time. All right, that's going to do it for this episode of Adapt and Respond. If you like the longer show format, you like the longer shows, let me know that in the comments below. Otherwise, we will see y'all on the flip side. Deuces.
Have a good one.